as members of Discovery for Justice because we just did a press conference where we had a nice crowd. And we did the press conference in regards to Mr. Browder, who was incarcerated for 3 years on Rikers Island, only to be wrongfully accused and only to have the charges dismissed by this Bronx District County office. What we're asking for is to repeal Criminal Procedure Law 240 and enact Criminal Procedure Law 245, which will give the district attorney and the defense will have them both share evidence that nobody will have an advantage over another. We have too many cases where people are languishing in jail, charged with a crime, but never to see their evidence against them. But yet and still the district attorney keeps asking them to plea bargain out. Here in Bronx County, it takes anywhere from 1.5 years to 2 years to come to trial. And during that time, the district attorney is withholding all the evidence, but yet and still asking someone to plead guilty to a crime they didn't commit. We're saying that is not fair. We don't want the district attorneys to continue hiding behind Criminal Procedure Law 240. We want our state and city lawmakers to repeal Criminal Procedure Law 240 and enact Criminal Procedure Law 245. Which says that the district attorney must give over that evidence as soon as possible so the defense can have just as much time as the prosecutor to prepare for a case. That's what we were here for today, and we were here for Mr. Browder, who was a young man who was arrested at 16, stayed at Rikers Island for 3 years, only to be wrongfully accused and for the charges to be dismissed. This young man could not put his life together, and after being out for 2 years, just last week, he committed suicide because of the injustice that was done to him. And we want that injustice to stop. We don't want any other kids, Black, Hispanic, Caucasian, Mexican, we don't want no one to go through what Mr. Khalif Browder went through. So we're asking the district attorneys in the Bronx to do the same thing that the district attorney in Brooklyn, Ken Thompson, is doing by having open and early discovery. Stop withholding evidence against the accused, and then you have the audacity to ask them to plead out when you won't even give them the evidence so that they can properly defend themselves against the charges that they've been brought up against. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. Discovery for Justice is asking all supporters to call their local congressmen, your councilmen, your assemblymen, your state senator, and ask them to repeal Criminal Procedure Law 240 and enact 245. Thank you.
And then let me add by saying that if Texas can get it right, then New York should get it right. If Brooklyn can get it right, then the borough of Bronx should get it right. It is unacceptable for anybody, for this matter, to serve more than a year on Rikers Island. I am the president of the NAACP Co-op City branch. I'm also a retired New York City correction captain. And I can tell you, there are several others on Rikers Island that are serving time as we speak and have yet to be given a trial date. That is unacceptable. The NAACP, my office, the Co-op City branch, will be monitoring all elected officials to ensure that they back City Councilman Andy King's resolution on revamping and revising CPL 240. Thank you.